This is the beginning of the MercGoat conspiracy. We're here to have fun, do some shit, and Ginger's gonna say something.
I am going to say things, but I'm going to say what I want to say. Because that's what I do. And I'll say when I want to say it, so it might be a while. Might be in 10 minutes, might be in 15 minutes, and this fucker's killing me like there's no tomorrow.
What game are you playing there, Ginger?
Brave Frontier. I've been playing this game for almost a year now.
Oh shit, I used to play Brave Frontier.
I know. I don't even do anything. I just log in and get the bonuses now. That's all I do, and then I just log out.
Well, that does lead us to a bunch of interesting things that have been happening with mobile games, especially Fallout Shelter. It's a new big thing from Bethesda.
My phone can't download it, and I'm pissed off about that.
That sucks.
That really sucks. It's actually really good.
I've seen it. It looks good. And I was like, fuck, I can't do anything right.
I don't doubt I'll be playing it by the end of the month. I'm working on finished Plants vs. Zombies first. I'm in the last world, about a third through it.
The second one?
Yes.
Excellent. What do you think about the whole thing so far?
You know, freemium, you're always doing it wrong if you're doing freemium, in my opinion. But they have a lot of sales. They give you a lot of chance to get some of these special plants. I'm not a big fan of the fact there was limited time ones in my OCD. I had to buy the limited time ones. I didn't buy any of the regular ones, except for a couple that were deeply discounted. But when it's something limited time, I gotta buy it now. And I hate that about myself, but it definitely happens. Although one of them is definitely the best plant in the game. The Ghost Habanero Pepper is absolutely incredible.
Okay.
It's definitely the best.
What's it do?
So you plant it, and because it's a ghost, the zombies won't eat it. And it basically haunts them and does a good amount of damage for a short amount of time. And then it explodes, killing zombies not only in that row that you planted it, but the other rows.
Oh, wow.
There's also graves in the game. It can do a lot of damage to the graves before the zombies basically necromance out of the graves.
Right.
So it's very multi-use. It's actually cheap. It has a fast recharge. So everything about it is just solid, and I think it was only like $3.
Cool.
In the long run, it's like you have it forever for every profile, that stuff. And since the game is free, you can spend a little bit of money and be okay. Just don't go spend hundreds on the power-ups and all that other bullshit.
Well, yeah. I've done the horrible things with Family Guy, the Quest for Stuff, and also with Marvel Puzzle Quest. Both of those things I've actually spent money on, and I'm ashamed of myself.
I've never spent money on Family Guy Quest for Stuff. I've always done it right. I just played through it, played everything free. Never had to.
Is there content that you pretty much have to pay for, though?
No, the only content you have to pay for is either A, if you want extra clams to get extra characters. That's all you have to pay for is extra clams.
But there's no characters that are unlocked solely by money.
No, it's all unlocked by clams.
That's the one thing about Plants vs. Zombies. There's gems, and a lot of the plants are unlockable towards gems, which you can save up, and you actually get a good amount. You should at least get one a level. And
Cool.
a lot of the special plants are only 80, but there's 30 levels in the world, and you can get extras, and there's lots of ways to get them. There's pinata parties. You can get 20, 30 gems out of that sometimes. So
yeah, I've actually played Plants vs. Zombie too.
Yeah, so you can actually get a fair amount, but there is certain plants that do actually cost $1 amount.
Mm-hmm. Well, moving on from mobile-based games, which actually was not in our itinerary today. So, good for us for being
On the ball.
creative.
Well, we'll take all of that. All right, Merc has a thing that he wants to talk about for road courses in NASCAR.
So there was actually one of the best finishes in the Xfinity series, which is your second tier series. The guy that dominated the whole race got moved, not wrecked, by the guy in second in the last corner. And people go, wow, road course racing is amazing. 5-10 years ago, people were like, oh, road courses suck. These are big, heavy cars. They're not supposed to be on road courses. And I always liked them even back then. And now everyone's starting to change their tune because the best finishes are starting to come from the road courses with the new cars. Because people aren't afraid to move people in the last corner. People aren't afraid to put fenders to it. So it's very interesting to see what NASCAR is going to do and see if they actually increase the amount of road courses in the bigger series, the Cup Series. Because there's already like 5 in the second tier series, which is actually pretty good amount.
Right.
That's actually enough where you actually have to have a good road course driver, or at least have someone that's going to at least get through the circuit okay.
Now, you say these cars move them, so are they built sturdier than the NASCAR cars?
When I say move him, I mean he literally drove into his back bumper and pushed him slightly out of the way without wrecking him.
Yeah, so, but I've seen the NASCAR cars. I see a guy hit slightly to his back bumper, the guy does 10 turns and flips over and kills a small family.
Well, that's the thing is, road courses, you have to actually slow down because you're making left and right turns. So they're probably only doing that corner at 70, 80, so a bumper with those cars ain't a big deal. When you bump someone at 200 miles an hour, yeah, they could probably lose it, roll over 15 times, and kill a small family.
Okay.
Road courses, obviously, they have very fast sections of the track where they are going very fast, but most of the drivers are smart enough not to dump someone there. But there's some pretty spectacular crashes at road courses as well when that does happen.
Okay.
I've seen some bad rollovers as well.
Well, speaking of crashes, we've been seeing a lot of airplane fuck-ups all over the globe.
Yeah, you were actually mentioning that. What's going on?
Well, for those who don't know, China's been having some airplane foobars with a company that America won't even take because its safety record is way below par. And if we won't take it, we know there's something
When
wrong.
you say we won't take it, you mean they won't let us land here?
They will not let the plane go anywhere the fuck near us.
Nice.
Wow.
At least we have some standards. Also in Virginia and California, San Diego specifically, two planes, cranes and trains and planes. The planes crashed into each
Love
other.
that movie.
Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
This is the head-on collision?
Head on, like two small planes, bam, bam. I think it was in the same day too. The fuck is with that?
That's fucking weird.
Not for nothing, but I'm pretty sure if you're flying a plane and you see another plane, you would know that, hey, I'm going to hit that plane if I keep going in this general direction. Now, if I alter my course just slightly and he does the same thing, unless he's sometimes also the same way, like, hey, let me go up, and then he goes up, that's like, okay, maybe you might have a problem, but if I go up and he goes down, we should be fairly avoided.
And they have fucking radios in there, be like, excuse me, you're going to hit me. I'm going to go up, you're going to go down. All right, we're not going to die. Like, really?
I don't get that. Like, how do you just, like, are you not paying attention? Is he texting and flying? Is that, like, should that be, like, a new flying wall?
I wonder
Don't text and fly.
if some of it comes from when they say you're like lost in the desert and you see a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not a good idea to go for it because even though it looks close, it may not actually be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's the only thing on the horizon. I wonder if it's almost like the same in the sky, where he's seen further away, or when you fly, it has that same appeal, and then at the last second, like, oh fuck, he's actually coming right for us.
So
It
to
could
our
be.
To our viewers out there, if you've heard more about this, please send a comment into our little section below and tell us where we may have fucked up our news in that specific area, or just back us up and say, hey, that's fucked up too.
We have a
Or
comment
just say you
section?
like waffles.
Yeah, wait, have a comment section. We're on YouTube.
Oh, I did not know that.
If you like waffles, let us know.
Yes, waffles too.
We'll talk about waffles for 15 minutes next week.
I'm more of a flapjack person myself, and I got yelled at a restaurant in Lincoln, New Hampshire about, like, can I get these pancakes? And she's like, they're flapjacks, and there's a difference. And I was like, okay. Okay.
Were you in the South?
I was in New Hampshire.
That was New Hampshire?
That was New Hampshire.
Holy crap.
It was like
having a bad
Flapjack
day.
House or something like that. It was delicious, don't get me wrong. But the way she says it is like, they're flapjacks and there's a difference. Like, I don't know. I'm ignorant to most foods,
Welcome
okay?
to IHOF. We're angry. Waffles are perfect syrup holders. That's what those ridges are for.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Pancakes, the fucking syrup just sinks in. You gotta like pour more on and get diabetes quicker.
I wish they made like pancakes like a McGriddle, where the thing's already in the syrup's already in the pancake.
McGriddles are amazing.
They are. They're so bad for you, but they're so good.
I always get 2 in the morning when I'm at McDonald's for breakfast.
Oh,
It's
God.
so bad.
McDonald's breakfast is horrible. Every time
Not
that
the
I get-
McGriddles.
Every time that I get McDonald's food, I die a little inside, and sometimes on the outside.
Everyone does though.
Yeah.
McDonald's food.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually throw up almost every time I get McDonald's.
Well, I don't plan on going to McDonald's and be like, McDonald's. Here's a healthy choice. I don't plan that. If I go to McDonald's for breakfast, like, McDonald's, I could kill 20 minutes on the toilet.
Well, a couple weeks ago we talked about the guy that lost weight eating McDonald's.
Well, apparently scientists have proven that you could eat very shitty, but if you exercise more than normal, it will counter the shitty eating
I
process.
believe that guy was not exercising though. I don't remember
Exercising?
when we talked about it. Yes, exercising.
I'm pretty
Excellent.
sure he was exercising. He made a movie about that.
Well, apparently none of us can, speak today. But moving on, since we're talking about corporate things, we're going to be talking about corporate sponsors and video games.
Well, back to Ingress.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we talked about it. And also back to apps on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
We actually started playing Ingress again a couple nights ago.
Yes, we did.
And we're probably not going to be as crazy as we used to, but it's good to get out once in a while.
And you still have an ingress moment?
We didn't really have so much of a hardcore moment.
Yeah, we just went around Slater Park. So if we have a softcore moment, I mean, I was in the back with Kid but other than that...
I mean, softcore is always good as well. However...
You don't see as much as softcore.
No.
It's a lot more censored, and, like, you see him just, like, riding, but you don't see what she's riding. For all you know, that guy could just be, like, completely limp, and she's just like...
Hey, especially...
Well, if a guy is completely limp and a girl's riding him, either he's gay or there's something wrong.
That's the about softcore porn. Like, you don't know, because you never see it.
I'd much rather watch softcore... Granted, I don't watch softcore porn, but I'd much rather watch that and then chance, like, seeing Two Girls, One Cup or something.
Oh, well, Two Girls, One Cup I've actually seen. It is horrible.
The preview or the actual video?
The actual thing. Like,
because
I watched the whole thing.
Because most people don't realize Two Girls, One Cup, what they see is actually a preview for a full movie of that.
What? I did not know that.
Yes. The video that you and most people saw was actually a preview of a full-length, like, multi-hour video.
So that 3 minutes of hell that I almost threw up on.
That's not the full thing.
Oh my god.
See, I didn't throw up with that. I saw it, I sat there like, huh. I didn't throw up. Other people I know throw up. I was like, really? That's what you do with that? In the ice cream cone, huh? That is new.
Though? I will say this. That will make me throw up less, and then listening to Sanaso and puke. I hate that sound.
Well, I did like watching all of the, reaction videos, especially from the fucking Muppets.
Oh, the reaction... Oh, I didn't know the Muppets did one.
Oh, yeah, Kermit actually watched it, and then he showed it to Ralph. Like, Kermit, when he was watching it, he was masturbating. But when...
What the fuck?
Yep.
These aren't the real Muppets.
And then Ralph, when he watched it, he's just like, uh-huh.
I don't get it.
Uh-huh, I don't get it. Because he's a dog. He eats shit all the time.
We're just too complicated as a species. That's all.
Fair enough.
We're going back to the Neanderthals. As you know, there's 2 new items at Ingress. The first is the SoftBank Link Amp,
which is amazing.
Well, the other one is the MUFG capsule, which actually gains interest. What most people don't realize is MUFG stands for Mitsubishi something Financial Group, meaning that Mitsubishi Financial Group is sponsoring an item in Ingress. And being a bank, you gain interest in a capsule.
Yep.
That's where that came from. A Chinese company is sponsoring Ingress.
Well,
with their own capsule.
I would like to tell Ingress, thank you for making an awesome item. And apparently you're going to get more money, so make more content.
And that's pretty cool that, they're doing that free of charge. And that's okay to advertise like that. Because it's not in your face. And if you don't look it up, you don't know what MUFG stands for. You just think it's a bunch of random letters. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it has their symbol on the capsule and all that. But that's not major. But there's a lot of games that go a little far with sponsorship.
All right. Like what?
Well, I remember there's a game called Area 51. And they had like a Chevy Trailblazer. It was some GM like SUV or whatever, and you drove it in the game.
Yeah.
And there was billboards everywhere, and it was just in your face of this one vehicle. I think it was a Pontiac. I don't know. It was some vehicle. This was a couple years ago. It was just constantly in your face. It's like, I paid how much for this game, and you're just going to constantly keep flashing this fucking car that I don't want in my face and force me to drive it in the game multiple times. It's just... That's pushing it.
Yeah, that is pushing it. I agree with you.
So do you have any examples yourselves of that?
I actually don't. When I play video games, I'm looking to immerse myself in a world that is not here. And I usually do RPGs. RPGs don't do that much. What about you, Ginger?
I like the fake advertisements they do. Like, when I would play Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I put that 80s radio station on, and just the shit that comes out of that guy's mouth half the time about, like, random... And even the movies were great. But I remember when I was playing... I believe it was Ultimate Spider-Man, where you could traverse between Eddie Brock or Peter Parker, but all around those billboards, because you're going to New York City.
Right. And
they had a movie poster, I remember it was pretty good, for Kraven the Hunter. Like, it was an actual movie.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, see, this is what it should be. This is what like, make your own fake one. You gotta throw in, like, minor ones here and there when I'm in Times Square. But it's like, fake gum ads, fake movies. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to be sitting here like, oh, glad to know this guy's about it.
Our friend Joe just bought this game called You Don't Know Jack. It's been around for a long time. It was
My parents used to play that.
Yeah, it was back in the
computer.
PS1 days, computer. But they have a PS3 version, and they have a lot of fake advertisements in that game. And they even have a wrong answer of the game with a fake product. And there's usually a clue to what it is. Like, there was one about Wonder Woman and Colgate, and it was some type of, like, toothpaste keg. It was a toothpaste keg, and it was something about Wonder Woman and Colgate. And it was obviously a wrong answer, but Colgate is a brand of toothpaste. So they always hint at what the wrong answer of the game is, so it's pretty interesting.
Interesting.
But the best fake advertisement is Engorge from the first Borderlands, one of the expansions. It was like, it's like a Viagra.
Yep, I figured.
And there's a woman that's talking to you, and she basically interrupts in the middle of the commercials to send you the messages. So you're constantly getting them, and they're getting weirder and weirder.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that's the guy's like, yeah, so when I used it with her, I mean him, or fucked up, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep. When I used it with her, her. Yep,
Yeah.
got it. So,
Now, you know how most places, like, you know, they can't say, like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to Burger King. They can't say that in a TV show. So it's like, well, I'm going to Patty Emperor or whatever, stuff like that. Do you remember the show Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide?
Sounds
I do
familiar,
not.
but I don't think I ever saw
Like
it.
this kid in junior high and like trying to get there, he's this nerd kid. But I found this photo where one of the characters is looking at a music festival thing, and it says performing live, Food Fighters, Sneezer, Wink 182, Fall Down Boy, Dimeback, Lightbox 20, Bad Carlotta, Leo Keeper, Ill Demographic Rejects, Pink Stripes, The Windows, and it's just like all these things that, you know, it's like, oh, that's you know, fairly funny and somewhat clever. I like those. Just like you know, again, the whole fake advertising thing. Like, you can't really say it, but here it is.
I like it. So, as you all probably realize, the SOB is not with us today, and Merc is coming down with the death plague.
Yeah.
But, we will soldier on, because we are the MercGoat Conspiracy, and nothing shall stop us, even censors.
SLB is going to probably not be with us most weeks.
Yes,
He's going to be editing our shows, though, so he's probably listening to this.
He'll be behind the scenes.
We're
Hi,
not-
SLB. We still love you, sort of.
We're still going to give you a beautiful cream pie later.
My pants are still off.
It's true. At least...
One last thing on the advertising thing. I remember
Yes.
there was one episode of It's Always Sunny, maybe you've seen it, and they were like shamelessly plugging Coors Light and Dave & Buster's the whole fucking episode.
Really?
I don't know. Like, they were
I don't
actually
think I remember
eating
that
at
one.
Dave & Buster's at the beginning of it, and they were talking about Coors Light, and they plugged it like the whole fucking episode. And I think it was the one where they were selling gas, and like, oh, you know how Dave & Buster's has a power card? You know, you take real money and then you turn it into their money, and they were trying to do the same thing with gas.
No, they did it with their beer because they wanted beer bucks.
That's what it was.
And they gave it to all the homeless people who came in, and
Yes.
it's like, well, now here's more beer bucks. Like, no, they have to buy the beer bucks to get the beer bucks. Of course, you want the initial free beer bucks, but don't do what they did and gave like $100 worth because they're walking out with kegs.
That's right. That episode, they constantly shamelessly plug like Dave & Buster's, Coors Light, and there might even been one other company. But I always remember that. I'm like, wow, like I think they get paid off in this one episode. And it was only that one episode, but I remember it very well.
It's hilarious.
It is a good episode, though.
Also, this weekend we'll be going to Necronomicon. H.P. Lovecraft is a horror writer that most of us here in Rhode Island or, you know, even the Massachusetts area know. And we're doing a 40th, I believe, celebration of all of his works and awesomeness and whatnot.
40 years?
Well, it's been way more than 40
Well, I know,
years.
he's been dead for like
I
almost
think he died in the
100.
20s. I think he died in the late 20s.
Yeah, like I say, he's been dead for like almost 100. But
20s or 30s? Early 20s.
Well, I know the 20s he was writing still.
I think he might have died at like 30. Maybe he died later. We'll look that up.
So, with Necronomicon, we're going to be doing a lot of celebrations. There's going to be balls, not actual balls like John has out right now, but, you know, dancing.
Aww.
There's going to be gaming, which Reality A will be at, of course. Plug. Also, Necronomicon Press will be there, which Kite is the co-owner of, so plug. And
He died in 37.
he died in 37. Excellent.
how old is he when he died?
46.
Oh,
Wow.
fairly young.
Apparently, his visions took him into the night and made him cry into horrible, horrible, early death.
But Necronomicon Press just reprinted The Color Out of Space.
Yep, that's one of the things they got going. It's a nice blue book. I've actually read it. They have some signed copies, too.
Yeah, I have my own copy.
I'm going to be trying to get my own one, too.
Nice.
Also, we're going to be having signed promo versions of the Reality A book there, so plug. But as for Necronomicon itself, it's the second year running of the new version of it. They did the first reboot back in 2013 with all of the old people going, oh, we don't have to do it this time.
And we were there. We just didn't know each other at the time.
Yes, ironically, myself, Merc, Kete, and all three of us were there, and we did not even cross paths.
Oh.
Crazy
Strange.
shit happens, right?
Yep. So we're going to go into our FMK. This time we're doing different cartoon sex symbols. We're going with Hello Nurse from the Animaniacs, Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and the Baroness from G.I. Joe to kind of get a whole slew of weirdness.
We originally had Betty Boop, but then we realized that her fake character and Drawn Together on Comedy Central was all I could think of, so we said no. Do you remember that show?
You don't remember, like Tilly?
Oh my god.
Or Tuppy, whatever her name was?
It's something like that.
But we're going to
She
start...
cuts herself, she's all overeating constantly, it's hilarious.
We're going to go with Merc first. Hello Nurse, Jessica Rabbit, and the Baroness. Go.
Well, Jessica Rabbit, definitely, that was a favorite when I was little. I also like the Animaniacs, though. But the Baroness, glasses, black leather, that's hot, so... That definitely is at least worth the fuck, because... Hell yeah.
Alright, so you're going to fuck the Baroness.
And it's tough. The kill's actually tough on this one. I'm going to have to say kill Jessica Rabbit and go for Hello Nurse.
Oh, so you're going to marry the nurse.
Yes, because I get sick all the time, as you can tell. I need someone to take care of me.
Alright, so that's an interesting twist. Ginger.
Now, I'm a little confused about Hello Nurse because you never see her face.
Well, you see her face, actually.
When?
You see her face basically 2 or 3 of the episodes. You can actually look her up on the internet.
Yeah, it's a little too good time consuming right now.
Alright.
So I'm going off the thing of, I've never seen her face.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be absolutely hideous. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll probably kill her just to eliminate that thing. I'm still gonna kill her.
Alright, so you kill Hello Nurse. Excellent.
Yeah.
Who are you going to fuck?
Probably Baroness, because it'd be like a weird trip in general.
Yep.
And then I'd marry Jessica Rabbit.
Excellent.
Because then I can just fuck that whenever.
Well, then you can play patty cake with her. It'll be fun.
Yes. And one of my favorite porn stars actually did a spoof where she's dressed up as Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, awesome. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to slightly agree with Ginger. As I like to be, taken care of, and I believe that's what Hello Nurse would do, I believe Hello Nurse is probably going to be the cheating type, because everybody's going to try and get a piece of that nurse. So we're just going to let her be. That was a hard choice, but Hello Nurse has to die. I am going to fuck the shit out of Jessica Rabbit. And I'm going to marry the Baroness because why the fuck would I not want to have fucking adventures with laser guns all the goddamn time?
But you're constantly losing.
It doesn't matter. I'm still having adventures with laser guns. And I'd like to think that I could input something and maybe, just fucking shoot Cobra Commander in the head. And
What if we actually tried killing our opponents?
Yeah, what if we actually tried, instead of
Great,
wounding...
we captured him. Now let's kill this fucker.
Was it Family Guy? It's like, do you always yell your terrorist name before you attack or whatever?
I know Robot Chicken
Was
did,
it Robot Chicken?
where it's like, now where's the weather dominator out here? It's like, we're in the Iraqi desert. Well, there's got to be such a dominator over here. We're sweating balls and this shit.
It was either Family Guy or Robot Chicken.
Because Robot Chicken had the G.I. Joes train the Marines. And they're sitting there, it's just like, okay, well, now what you want to do is you don't want to shoot the guy directly. Try and lead him away. So here goes a suicide bomber running at that. Lead him, lead him, lead him. And then he blows up the guys. Shipwreck told him how to, like, you know, you knock them out, then you take them as disguise, you take their clothes as disguise, and then you go through the town like that. So they do that. They knock out the guys, take this guys, then another SEAL team came in and killed those guys because they look like the enemy. Warfare, ha! Then SEAL Team 6 knocks down the door and kills them all.
Our FMK, we've actually had all different answers, so that was a decent one.
Yes.
It's fairly new.
Yeah, fairly.
When you have 3 people, it's a lot easier.
Well, yeah.
Nothing against Sam, but...
Well, now we have a majority. We don't have no ties.
Alright, so we're going to be moving on to the Fantastic Four version 3 movie. Now, version 1, if anybody doesn't know, you can see it on YouTube. It was sucklicious, but it wasn't that bad.
Didn't get
81,
canceled?
right?
81, yep. It was just a canceled thing, yeah. But it still counts.
Well, I know there was one in the mid-90s, which...
Yeah, that was the version 2.
That never made it to theaters.
That never made it to theaters.
Yeah, like, there's photos of them, like, looking like the comic book Fantastic Four in the blue jumpsuits, the 4.
Oh, yeah, that's the 81 version.
That's the... Okay.
The other one that actually made it with that had the first and second version of the Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer. That's version 2, and this one's version 3. Apparently, everyone thought it sucked.
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people had the problem with Johnny Storm being a black guy.
Well, yeah.
Because as far as I know, I could be wrong, but the comics never showed Johnny Storm to be of a colored nature. He's always been... He's Susan Storm's brother.
Yep.
So...
Well, I believe there is a...
There could be an alternate world where, you know, Susan Storm's adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could be wrong.
I didn't hate the second generation. I saw those.
Yep, I like the second generation.
Michael Chiklis and all them.
But version 3, flop or not, let us know in the comments.
Well, apparently they're going to do one more just to make a Fantastic Fourth.
Has anyone heard why it's so bad?
Have not. I just heard that it sucks. No one should ever see it.
I know there's some rumor that they were going to cancel the sequel.
Yep, there is, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. Going on for the sequel.
I've yet to even see Ant-Man at this point.
Me as well.
I still need to see that.
Marvel is also going forward in its actually good run of series on Netflix. Not only are they doing Daredevil Season 2, but they're also doing Luke Cage. There's also talks of Iron Fist, even Punisher.
The Punisher is confirmed. They have the actor and everything.
Well, I know the Punisher is actually appearing in Season 2 of Daredevil.
They did say, I don't remember, it was no one I've ever heard of.
But I've also heard the Punisher is going to get his own thing, possibly. They're even talking about Blade as well.
Blade would be nice.
Blade, they're actually trying to get Snipes back to do it.
Really?
Yep.
I'm not sure I feel about that.
I actually like the Blade trilogy with Snipes.
The first one was good. The second one was like... okay. And the third one was like, I think he just threw darts at the wall for a plot.
Well, yeah, I don't like the plot, but I like the characters.
Did they say Elektra's going to be in there too?
Oh yeah, Elektra's going to be into Daredevil. And the Defenders, since, you know, most of them are actually represented, might be a thing in the future itself. But, yeah, with the Blade trilogy, I liked the first one. The second one I actually thought was kind of meh. And I liked the cast of characters they had for the third one.
I mean, they had Triple H. Mm-hmm. Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Yep, I liked Ryan Reynolds, although I like Ryan Reynolds and everything.
I think he was supposed to be Deadpool, just not Deadpool. Because he even had, like, the whole fake name tag, like, hi, my name is something, on his chest.
Yeah, he was very Deadpoolish in it.
Yeah, but, then they had the guy who played, like, the ancient first vampire. And I like him as an actor. I can't remember his name. Mm-hmm. My favorite show with him in it was John Doe, which was a show on Fox, ran for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Right.
Guy woke up in the middle of nowhere, knows everything in the world except who the hell he is. Like, he has all this information that he has nothing to do with. Like, he was able to generate, like, a random social security code that works, that belongs to someone else who went missing years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has all this infinite knowledge. And then he just started working with the police department, solving crimes to get closer to him. Like, he has a weird burn mark that is constantly being searched on his computer.
Cool.
Just to find out, like, oh, well, what does this mean?
Bless
and
you.
he couldn't see in color. That was another thing too. He could only see in black and white.
That's
but
odd.
at the end of the first season, he saw this girl like, Michael, and he's like, what? And she's like, Michael, and he looks over and he sees this girl and she's in color. The
Huh.
girl's in color and she's screaming Michael.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, that sounds kind of a cool thing. I actually want to watch that now.
It was a pretty good series.
So, we're going to go over to DC, and they actually canceled Constantine for sure now.
How long did it run for?
Only one season. Constantine, I liked it myself. They did capture the whole fact that Constantine's a bag of dicks and he gets everybody killed.
Did they capture the gay part of him?
I don't think that they...
Because I know in Constantine, it was his boyfriend originally who was going to get sent to hell, and then he kind of...
Yeah, they
He
actually...
sold his soul to the three great demons in hell, and basically like, well, I sold my soul to these two and you, so until you guys dispute this out amongst yourselves, I can't die. Eat a bag of dicks, I'm out.
What they actually did in the Constantine is they have a little girl that was the reason why he is doing it, not anything to do with the gay lover.
Okay.
It's decent, but like not horrible.
So I
But-
know
Go on.
he had no superpowers.
Right.
He just could outthink all these other people, and that's all he could do.
Right.
He never was like, oh, I can shoot energy beams out of my eyes. No, I'm just smarter than you, and suck it.
Mm-hmm. So, with Constantine, he's actually going to be coming on The Arrow.
Is this the first time that a show got canceled and a character got absorbed, minus like Family Guy and the Cleveland Show?
Well, it's not like he made it originally. Like, it's not like Constantine started Arrow, made his own show, then came back. That would be what the Atom would do. If it's like, oh, I started my own show, it looks like it sucks, I guess I'm back on Arrow.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Because Cleveland, he sat there, then he made his own show, then he came back.
Even still, like he was gone. You know what I'm saying? At the time,
He was gone for like
they came
3
back.
seasons, I think.
Right.
Yeah, give or take.
Not a long run, but
It wasn't a horrible show. It just wasn't Family Guy.
Yeah, exactly.
because
And
they're trying to
everybody
make
was just
Family
looking
Guy
for Family
black.
Guy.
That's all they did.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but it's not what the people want.
Nope.
But speaking of all sorts of crossovers in DC, they're actually making a basic crossover series. And
Okay.
I heard about, Firestorm's going to be there. The Black Canary, technically White Canary, is going to be there. The Atom's going to show up. Quite a few different ones are going to be showing up into that show. I don't exactly know if it's going to be running through or not.
I don't believe they're using the Black Canary in Arrow as the Black Canary in the new show.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the girl that played Sarah, who was the original Black Canary in Arrow,
Mm-hmm.
is supposedly in the show, but not as that character.
Yeah,
someone
she's
else.
wearing a white suit, actually.
Hmm.
I've seen it. She's got a white suit. I don't know why. She's probably White Canary. They did a storyline of that, I think, at one point.
Should be very interesting. I can't wait for the summer to be over just to watch TV again.
I know, right?
Now, speaking of DC and whatnot, I posted this picture in the chat last night about the supervillain who was powered by cocaine. His name was Snowflame. He was a very controversial villain from what I was reading on the page, and he only had like a short time appearance in what was known as the DC 1988 comics, The Guardians or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's basically all these people from different parts of the world have their powers, and they have a mentor underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Like one guy who was one of the first gay superheroes. They never outright said he was gay because they couldn't at the time, but he was gay. Like he could never be like in the comic like, "Hey, I'm gay," but he was one of the first to openly admit that he does have AIDS.
Right. That actually sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah. There was a guy from Japan who's like part robot. He has like huge superhuman strength, but he can also has technokinesis, where he can communicate with the electronics around him.
Nice. So, DC's doing interesting stuff, and one of the other things that we wanted to talk about was the board games and card game segment that we're going to be thinking about doing soon. We already did Exploding Kittens. Hopefully all of you out there who's listening has seen that.
It's a great game. We had fun doing it.
Oh yeah, Exploding Kittens is amazing.
It was a very good game, fun to play.
Yeah, I think everyone enjoyed it. It's just the right length of a game where you actually get absorbed into it, but it's also not going to take you Monopoly time to beat. There's no reshuffling. It's hilarious. Really not safe for work if you have the not safe for work deck. There's some pretty bad ones. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very enjoyable game. And pretty simple too. Doesn't take a complicated game to be a good game.
No.
So that's what we have for the conspiracy for today. I'm Zorn.
I'm Merc.
Ginger.
And we will see you next time.